I should shave my hair. I'm pretty sure we're getting a haircut soon. I don't know exactly when. Like I said, my wife takes care of all of that.
Oh, I was like, we're getting a haircut soon? The stream's going? That's cool. But no, his wife's scheduling an appointment.
But it would be great. Obviously, guys, with a half an hour left, please let's hit the goal. And look how close we are. To not hit the goal today would suck because we're only 2 away from the DSP tries it. Like I said, I really want to do the DSP tries it tomorrow because my wife is working. It would be great for her to come home and just to have Jersey Mike's and not have to cook. Is this hair again?
I can't believe he really just said that. You can't contribute to the household and cook a couple meals like once or twice a week, dude? Are you really that busy? You don't even have a commute to work like your wife. You don't leave the house. You could throw something in the crock pot and cook some food that way and just let it sit and cook for 6 hours while you stream. Like, there's so many things you could do, but it's, guys, please, I don't want to have my wife cook tomorrow. You know, like, what is that? Be a man. Also, can't believe you can be 42 years old and say shit like that and not contribute to the household, not know how to cook. That's crazy, bro. Anyway. Let's move on.
It's sticking up. My hair again is sticking straight up. Great. But yeah.
That's the other thing, bro. He always running his hand through his hair. Like, he used to put gel on. This guy used to wear gel. He'd have the slick gel, you know. And now his hair, he comes on stream and it's like he just had the incident all over again.
So please support the stream. We got a half an hour left. What do you guys want to chat about? Killer frequency. We're going to use this tonight. That's right.
Also, I know my cam don't help. Let me see if I can move it. Dude, his mic is so wobbly. So wobbly. I'm going to go over here.
Yeah. Why are these updates cute, but not updating?
If he touches that thing, it jiggles around. It's not supposed to do that. Okay. So I think his mic has like a bolt. You just hold the bottom and you can tighten it so it doesn't move around. But Cat's trying to get in my room. I
literally just, Itzy, are you not listening? He says, what game will replace Indie in the rotation? Literally, I just said, now we can focus more on Stalker 2, Dark Souls, and maybe we're going to start Dino Crisis. Was I not speaking? Was I only talking to myself in my head?
Probably. I just missed all that, so he could be.
I should shave my hair. I'm pretty sure we're getting a haircut soon. I don't know exactly when. Like I said, my wife takes care of all of that.
Oh, I was like, we're getting a haircut soon? The stream's going? That's cool. But no, his wife's scheduling an appointment. He's 42 years old and doesn't go to the barber by himself. His wife schedules his haircuts. As embarrassing as that sounds, it's true. Let's see what he says about it.
I'm pretty sure it's coming like in the next week or 2 weeks. And I need it. It's getting long in the back. It's getting long.
It's crazy that, you know, people make jokes about his wife being his mom, but think about it. He schedules his haircut. She cooks. She probably, I don't know if she cleans because it sounds like they just paid somebody to come and do that. But, you know, she's doing all these things that he could do for himself, but he doesn't. Because he's got this person there to do it. He's not self-sufficient at all. He relies on Cat way too much for things that he should be doing on his own. Like getting a haircut, dude, that's really, you can't take that into your own hands and just go to the barber. Like, you're home all the time. You know, you don't leave your house.
So, looking forward to it.
Yo, they're going to kill you at Supercuts, dude. Looking forward to it. Look at that. That's crazy, bro. Supercuts is going to butcher that shit, bro.
Well, let's see here. I got a 666 tip from Toilet Juice. When you get 100 goals, play Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. As I've stated, true, a lot of people don't remember, in the 1990s, game pricing was very weird compared to today. In the 1990s...
A lot of people don't remember. Are you talking about your audience because they're all young?
90s, the prices of games would fluctuate dependent on the game. So if you were actually buying like a lengthy RPG, they would charge more. It would be like a normal game would be $40 to $50. An RPG would sell for like $80. And then like a crappier game would be way less, would be like $20 or $30. And they would scale the pricing per demand. If a game became more in demand, they'd actually charge more for it. Like I remember at one point Chrono Trigger was selling for like a ton of money. And everyone was like, why is it so expensive? And it was rare. Like you couldn't even find it in the store. You would go to the store, no one has it, it's sold out. Like what the hell, you don't have Chrono Trigger? No, we don't have it. Maybe a shipment will come in a week or two.
Yeah, I think it was different back then because a lot of things were imported, you know, especially with digital sales and stuff. But I don't really know too much on this subject.
It was very, very different than today where every game is a standard price and you could buy any game anywhere. It's all in stock.
All right, this is boring. I'm moving on. So this is from last night, his late night pre-stream. We got Sarah Barclay in the chat, who is probably a LARPer, but... says, were you disappointed in only the second episode of Smart Guys? You had to push so hard to reach the goal. I know it's all in good humor, but the show kept on getting derailed with support chat. See what DSP has to say about that, because you know it's going to be a deflection.
Sarah, listen, here's the deal. And here's what you probably don't realize, Sarah. All right. Over at Kino Casino, that's how that goes. What Sarah is saying is, she says, were you disappointed that when you were doing Smart Guys earlier that it was derailed by so many cries for support? Well, if you didn't notice, that's actually how they operate over on Kino Casino. For those who don't know, Kino Casino probably makes 3 times as much money as I do. Just being honest, okay? That's how they are, and it's completely accepted, and they don't have any problems with it over there. They have 3,000+ viewers a night.
This is where Phil's confidence in asking for support, and so much more frequently than he used to. He gets that confidence from them, right? Because they can do it, it works, it's accepted, it's a cool thing. So Phil is going to make it a cool thing to talk about hitting the king streak. Oh, guys, can we hit the goal today so my wife doesn't have to cook and Jersey Mike's? But like, this is Phil's way of being Kino Casino because he doesn't have the charisma. So Phil's kind of got like the guilt tripping thing going for him.
They probably have 3,000 viewers right now. I think they're streaming right now, right? And no one has an issue with it. It's only if I do it that people have issue with. It's okay for them, no criticism whatsoever. They're good.
It's different because they make it into a joke. They have a sense of humor where they talk about this stuff. Phil, it's like, I'm going to lose my house if I don't, I can't pay my mortgage. I can't pay my taxes. Oh no, but I made more money and now I can't pay my taxes because I made more money. These are why people don't trust Phil. It's a whole different scenario with Phil than Kino Casino. One has burned the community and people so bad on YouTube, and the others are just, what do you call them, grifters? I don't know. One, they're just kind of build it into their show.
With it. But me, I'm like a heinous villain because every once in a while I ask you guys for support. They literally do that every night.
Once in a while. And then he says, they literally do it every night. You do it every night. Multiple times. Multiple times. I'd even say multiple times an hour.
So for you guys, perhaps, who don't watch Kino Casino and don't watch other kinds of content, you'll watch Smart Guys, you're like, damn, Ashton's really going in hard asking for the donos. That's what they do, and that's why they make so much. You get it? It's like they say, ask and you shall receive. So they do. Get it? But again, I'm the heinous villain of the internet. I'm the one who has 17 documentaries made on him. I'm the one who has thousands of insanely unhinged, mentally stunted detractors because I'm a villain somehow.
Dude, you get 17 documentaries because you made really poor life choices throughout the years. Actions have consequences, pimp. You got to deal with the consequences that you made for yourself, man. You did some scummy stuff on the internet and people are holding you accountable for it. Like, these things don't just go away because you're like, I'm sorry. I'm a better person. I'm a new person. I moved on. Why can't you? People don't forget this stuff. If you burn somebody once, you really think they're going to come back and be like, you know what? Phil's changed. Phil's a good guy. No, people still hate you, dude. A lot of people still hate you.
When other people do it, it's totally cool, right? It makes no fucking sense.
It's cool because Kino Casino didn't do half the things you did on the internet. They didn't fuck up like you fucked up, Phil. Also, not for nothing, but Kino Casino has content on their stream. They talk about drama. They talk about this. They talk about like things that are going on, things that you're going to want to tune in to do. When they ask for support, they'll have maybe some sort of goal or something that they'll plan on doing that's actually entertaining for the audience. They're not sitting here asking for money for the same old bullshit every week, being like, hey, I'm going to order Taco Bell next week if we hit this. They actually do entertaining things and they switch it up. It's not the same monotonous shit that Phil does because he has zero creativity. It's totally different. I don't watch Kino and I know this stuff. I know that they're already like a lot more creative when it comes to pulling in support and how they get those donations because they actually do things that tempt their audience to pull into it. They're not guilt tripping people into not making your wife cook tomorrow. Fucking Jersey Mike bullshit,
Thank you, anonymous sub gifter, whoever you may be. I appreciate that. Now there's 2 anonymous gifted subs. Sadly, I can't count it towards the same person because I don't know if it's the same anonymous person or 2 different anonymous people who gifted. But thank you for that. Appreciate that. Good evening, Jade. Good to have you here, man. It's more so the method at which it is done that people have issue with. You don't think that Ashton does it way more harder than I do? Are you deaf?
I feel like I already kind of covered this point. Kino has a better end goal, dude. They do it better. They have better rewards for their audience, like entertainment value. There's actually content behind it. Phil, it's the same old shtick. Same old shtick, new name. That's what Phil does. Throws a new label on something and does the same thing over and over and over. Expects different results.
Like, seriously, he was heavy on it. And look,
oh, also, are you can't offend your audience, dude. Well, what if you have blind viewers? What if they're listening? You know, what if you have blind viewers that listen to your podcast?
He knows what he's doing. He's the pro at doing this stuff, right? So I let him roll with it. I don't have an issue with it. I think it's people who take it so seriously. They're the ones who really, you know. And the other thing is, like, I kind of feel like the way the show has gone so far is that basically within that last 30 minutes is when we get like a big dono at the end of it. And we're going to probably hit our goal, at least our tier 1 goal, probably every time we do the show. So I'm not too worried about it. But, you know, over on Kino, they constantly try to expand what they're doing. They try to get more because they do more crazy stuff. Like their streams go super long and stuff. And you guys know
They're creative about it, and it's not just how long they do it. I'm sure they've had like 2 or 3 hour streams. Phil streams for like 5 hours. You know, you're telling me you can't put on an act and have some fun and create entertainment? Phil doesn't want to buy into that because that would make him a sellout. Phil wants to be real with his audience.
Real broke.
You know, I don't have the freedom like they do to free up my schedule all day. I have a family, I have responsibilities. I can't be here all day, every day.
So let me get this straight. You got a family and responsibilities, which your wife handles most of the responsibilities from what you told us earlier, right? You got a family, so you got a wife that works and she's gone most of the day, and a cat that can probably take care of itself, you know? So what family are you referring to? Your parents live across the country. None of this adds up when he says it, but it's an excuse, and it's an excuse, so we should take it for what it is, but we're not going to, because it's an excuse. He overshares way too much about his life for people to be like, oh, that makes sense, but you talk about all this stuff all the time. So, you know, things are not going to add up. They're just going to kind of fall apart because you say all these lies that just compound and compound and compound. And then people are like, wait, that contradicts what he said last week.
You know, I'm willing to do some extra stuff in order if we hit a big support goal or whatever. So, but yeah, again, it's all good when they do it, right? It's all good. It's fine. And no issues whatsoever. But if Phil does it, he's a heinous villain. So it's really, if anything, it's really starting to open up my eyes. Like I told you guys in the last few years.
It's interesting that he sees himself, but if Phil does it, he's a heinous villain. Because Phil, I'm not going to keep harping on the same thing, but you dug your own grave, dude. If this was 10 years ago and you had a chance to start over, things would probably be different for you. You screwed up a lot of opportunities to be an entertaining person. So who's going to tune into fucking Phil, the guy who's known for jerking off on stream, spending a lot of money on WWE Champion Mobile? Your history's not the greatest, and I'm sure it makes a lot of people not want to contribute and support the lifestyle that you're living that you claim to not.
And then I find out everyone else does it anyway, or the things that people demanded of me, and then I find out no one does it. Like, you know what really gets my goat? I'm actually gonna be real with you guys for a minute. Death counter when I play from soft games. For so many fucking years, people told me, oh, that's what everyone does, and if you don't do a death counter, you're a pussy and you're not doing it right. Dude, I'm serious about this. Fucking no one does a death counter, and I know because I watched big time.
This is such trivial shit. Who cares about this, right? Who cares if you have a death counter in your stream? I think it's maybe for the hardcore Dark Souls community. I'm not really a Dark Souls player. The closest thing to a Dark Souls type of game I'm playing is like Path of Exile 2. I can't handle hard boss fights. I get too frustrated. But to stay on topic, really, you're going to bring up a death counter? You're probably hearing that from like 2 people in your chat that are saying, hey, Phil, like hardcore Dark Souls fans, add a death counter. You need a death counter, blah, blah, blah. And this is the thing he chooses to bring up as his example? Come on.
I'm streamers who play Souls games. No one cares. They outright tell their audience, you don't need a death counter. The whole point of Souls games is you die a lot. So you don't need to count it. No one has a fucking
No, the whole point of Souls games is to not die, right?
penis who's trying to beat the game with 2 lives. That's not the point. So all those years I did that fucking death counter just to find out it was a joke making fun of me. It didn't mean anything. And I'm like, well, fuck these people, right? These people were going to hold me to these fucking stupid standards and shit. So everyone else does it one way, it's fine. But when Phil does it, he has to jump through hoops, bend over.
Like, this is the thing with Phil. These people are holding me to what people? The 2 people in your chat that are telling you to put a death counter on, you know, or like the one guy who leaves a comment on your YouTube video. You say, fuck this guy and move on. And you do what you want to do and continue your content. You don't bring it up again because this is the way you want to run your content. But he lets other people run his content. What do you guys want to see? And then when people are like, put a death counter on, oh, well, here's 50 reasons why I can't do that and why I'm held to an unrealistic standard now. What are you talking about, Phil? What are you talking about?
Over backwards, do it this special fucking way to appease these ultra greedy ass people who just want to make fun of me anyway. So those days are long gone. I'm not stupid anymore. I'm not ignorant. I'm
There's no denying Phil is a goofy guy. and he could make money off of being this goofy guy. I mean, he does anyway, right? But he doesn't do it intentionally. And I think in his eyes, he wants to be a professional streamer, set up great gameplay, great quality gameplay. It looks great. People are going to come back years later and when they're looking up a game and watch Phil's playthrough of it. This is in his mind what he sees and what he envisions. But at the end of the day, the lolcow term is used on him for a reason. He's kind of a meme streamer, right? Most people don't watch Phil as a serious streamer. I mean, you go on Twitch and you see people who do it way better than him. You see YouTube streamers doing it way better than him. It's a tough industry. You're going to get killed by the big shark if you don't adapt.
Wise to this bullshit. You're going to give me shit because I asked for contributions when there's people who literally spend half the fucking show asking for contributions. There's people.
You're talking about yourself, Phil. We've had whole podcasts, whole level 1 podcasts, and it was like talking about contributions or some sort of like change in support and how you can support Phil on his stream. New goal systems. That's half his podcast. He's talking about this stuff. You do realize the real average viewer that's going to come in doesn't want to hear about your money problems, doesn't want to hear about your money situations. If they're here for what you say they're here for the gameplay, they're here for the streamer, and you offer none of that. You just beg and put on a half-ass show because you still make the money that you need to make to get by.
People who run a podcast where the entire border of the podcast is Dollar Shave Club and some shitty fucking toothpaste subscription and shave your balls with manscaping.
I think he's making fun of PK. This is probably his example. He went on PK's podcast one day and was like, they got ads all over the screen. It's like, you know what? I'd rather have an ad in the top corner of DSP Gaming than hear him sit there for 40 minutes and fucking beg. I would rather have a little ad, little manscaped symbol up there. He just has in the corner of his stream sitting here. Where is my hand? Right here or something. Well, he plays his game and doesn't bring it up. You know, we don't want to talk about shilling because Phil's not going to just shill a sponsor. He's got more integrity than that. Right. But, you know, if you lost a little bit of your integrity, Phil, and, you know, maybe you could gain a sponsor or two and not have to ask for support so much, you could put more of your time into actually playing games and giving shit to your audience that's actually beneficial in entertainment.
No, fuck you. I don't do any of that shit, so I don't want to hear it.
That's your problem. You don't do any of that shit. You don't do anything.
What's up, Sparks? Good evening. Okay, one more anonymous gifted sub over on Kick. Where'd this one go? Dunce Educator says, when did Kino Casino declare bankruptcy? Oh, you see, they didn't have to because they didn't have all their lives ruined by fucking losers on the internet who basically made their entire YouTube channels unprofitable because of false copyright strikes. They didn't have their entire reputations ruined on the fucking internet by thousands of online stalkers. They didn't have people restream them constantly so they can't make any revenue on their live streams. I mean, I could go on and on.
I don't know much about the false copyright strike shit. I do know you've ruined your own reputation, dude. The thing is, these people are bringing up things that you did. You accidentally left your stream on. You begged for money. You declared bankruptcy because of this stuff. Like, you had a lifestyle that you couldn't support, you know? It wasn't a guaranteed lifestyle, and you sounds like you were spending a lot of money when you were making this machinima money just to end up having your profits plummet. So, like, these are all actions you should have saved. You should have done this. You should have done. There's like so many things you could have done to avoid the things that you did, you know. And then the Restreamers, I don't even really want to get started with that because people watch the Restreamers, Phil, not to tune into you because they want to watch your shit. A lot of these people are hate watching. They watch the Restreamers because they don't want to give you the support, you know, and people don't want to support you. They don't want to support your lifestyle. I think that's why people watch the Restreamers. A lot of people maybe discovered you, went into your chat, said something kind of funny to have a little fun that maybe was a little offensive or maybe hurt your feelings a little bit. You ban them. And these people have nowhere to talk about DSP and, you know, talk about your content, so they go to these Restreamers and make fun of you because that's what they're doing in these chats. Everyone's making fun of you because they probably all got banned from your channel years ago, you know? You're not just like a guy that can let things roll off the shoulders. You see one comment in the YouTube chat and you go off on a tangent about these people. You call them stupid. You call your viewers dumb. I mean, half the time these people are asking menial things that you really shouldn't even blow up, but you blow up on them. You know, you freak out on these people. So there's a lot of reasons, a lot of different reasons people go to Restreamers rather than watching DSP gaming. It's a clown show. It really is.
And I'm the unique case because I'm the one who gets harassed. So you can go fuck yourself. I got another anonymous sub. Wow. This one went to I'm a Slot Man. Awesome. Jade says I get one more ton. You get one more ton.
Why do you think you're getting so many anonymous things? Like, people are embarrassed to be on your shit. They're embarrassed that I don't want to see their...
None of that because the illegal Restreamers, okay? Number two.
Start with this one. The illegal Restreamers. I do agree that illegal restreaming can hurt your business or any business. It can hurt views and your ad revenue, things like that. People aren't going to tune into Phil's channel. They're watching these Restreamers for a reason, you know? It's not like, but these people are here and they're on these restreams to watch a restreamer because they don't want to support DSP. So his reasoning is horrible. No one's going to end up going to a raw fill channel and be like, this is DSP gaming, right? Like, you get laughed out of the chat over there.
You may not realize this, but if you have more viewers, okay, now you can play with the audience a bit. Like, for example, did you notice what Ashton was doing? He was basically bringing up some detractor memes and stuff during Smart Guys, which I'm totally okay with. We've talked about it. So he does it. It's like, okay, we're joking about it. We're having a good time. We're razzing each other. We're talking about man boobs and
Razzing each other? Can someone post one example of Phil razzing PPP? Just curious.
shit. Who cares? It's funny, right? Yeah, but I don't benefit from it because those people are watching an illegal restream. So they're not going to leave the illegal restream to come to the stream and then dono. Get it? If they were here because there were no illegal restreams, then they would dono. But they don't do it because they're not on the stream.
Listen, if there were no people restreaming Darkside Philip, let that one guy be his viewer and watch clips channels. And I think 99% of these people who watch the restreamers would agree. They would rather watch clips of you than watch your stream. It's pretty sad.
So it does hurt me a ton. These people are fucking pieces of shit. It's funny because back in the day, the people like the
Hot calling the kettle black, Phil.
Sons of Kojima were totally against doing shit like that. Illegal restreams, absolutely not. Monetizing their content, absolutely not. As crazy as those people were, they had some kind of a code of moral values. The people today are just scumbags. They're just pieces of shit who will steal and break the law because they think that they're immune to the law, which they are not. Again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. They better be lucky that I never hit the lotto, because then I'm just going to fucking sue them on principle.
Gotta love the threats he throws out there. It's been a threat that he's been throwing around a lot. They better be lucky that I don't hit the lottery because I'll have a lot of spare time to sue them just on principle. Go waste your time and money. Go hit the lotto and waste all that money trying to sue all these people who are criticizing your content. Imagine you ran a sandwich shop and people left Google reviews on you and you sued them because you didn't like what they said. It's a horrible sandwich shop analogy, but I tried my best.
I won't care about getting a few pennies from them. I'll care about throwing them in jail.
That won't happen.
Gunsfelter.
All right, y'all. That's it for this one. Tune in next time. I'll probably upload another one, maybe tomorrow or the next day. We'll see what's going on with it. All right. Peace, y'all. Thanks for watching.